Hey, Joe Walsh, AM 560, The Answer. Former Congressman Joe Walsh on The Answer this Monday evening, and I've got one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, certainly in the United States, on with me right now. He's Charlie Kirk. He is the founder, and he runs Turning Point USA. You know, I talk about this group, this organization, incessantly. Turning Point USA, turningpointusa.net is their website. If you do not know who they are, shame on you. They are exposing free markets and capitalism and freedom on college campuses all over this country. They're educating young people about freedom and limited governments and free markets. They are, Turning Point USA is, as I say repeatedly, America's last best hope. Charlie, thank you for joining me. I got to ask you something. I saw, I think, a text or a tweet from you or one of your folks at Turning Point USA. You had some people on the campus of College of Dupage. I think I got this right. You were trying to pass out United States constitutions, and all hell broke loose. Educate me, enlighten me. What happened?
Yeah, that is correct. A couple of our activists and members at College of Dupage decided to participate in our Constitution Free Speech Day event,
Wonderful.
Which was all last week, in commemoration of the ratification of the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah.
September 17th is observed as U.S. Constitution Day. So our organization believes strongly in that crazy old document, the U.S. Constitution, and we try to bring that message of freedom and liberty to college campuses. So one of our members, Joe Enders, decided to go on campus and start passing out the U.S. Constitution, which, is observed as allowed on a particular campus if you are trying to get more membership for your particular group.
Right.
And a little more backstory on this. He has applied to try to make Turning Point USA an official chapter at COD, but has been met with incredible bureaucracy and different technicalities that have not allowed him to get that official status. One example being he needs a faculty advisor to be an official group.
Right.
However, he asked every single teacher in the political science department to try to sponsor his group. Guess what, Joe? They're all liberal.
No.
They said no.
No poli-sci professors at College of DuPage interested in freedom and limited government, huh?
No, the Constitution is too controversial. But then the other kicker is this. So, we tried to go through all the regular, ways of doing the protocol. So we reached out to their student life office.
Right.
We said, are we allowed to, hand out materials, so on and so forth. We have an email that we got back, and I'm willing to share it with whomever might be interested in seeing it, where they said, sorry, we reviewed your materials being our pocket
Constitutions.
And they said, you are not allowed to distribute them because included on page X, Y, and Z, there is a solicitation saying all donations are appreciated, therefore you will be soliciting the financial support of our students.
You're kidding me. Come
on, this is ridiculous. So this is the law of the land. This is the United States Constitution. And I must say, this is not even a COD thing. This is not a random incident. This is a trend now happening on college campuses. It's trying to suppress freedom of speech and thought, which really means more conservative and constitutionalist train of thought. And just the irony of being where the police officer, came up to our student and said, I'll lock you up if you keep on doing this.
Wait, back up. I've got 39 million people listening to us right now, Charlie.
40, Joe.
40. We're up to 40 million. We love our men and women in blue, but a police officer at the College of DuPage went up to one of your folks there who was trying to pass out United States constitutions, and he said, if you continue to pass out United States constitutions, I'm going to lock you up.
I'm not making this up. You can go to our website, the video. There is a video that it says it right then and there. It's one of our proud patriots. He's holding an American flag with his Big Government Sucks T-shirt and constitutions in his left hand. Yeah. And the officer goes on this he's very respectful. Our students were respectful. He was respectful. There was nothing anti-police, nothing, but we were very, we questioned and we stood our ground in the point of being, we should have a right to be able to distribute this literature. So really it comes down to we were in this never-ending circle of bureaucracy. We weren't allowed to start the group because we didn't have a faculty advisor because everyone was liberal. And in order to get a group certified on a particular campus at COD, you need 3 fellow students.
Yeah.
In order to get 3 fellow students, you need to recruit, which is what he was trying to do, but you're not allowed to do that. So a lot of bureaucracy, so on and so forth. But even more so than that, this is not an isolated incident.
No, and
Ohio State University. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Charlie, let's talk about this. Again, for everybody listening right now, you know this voice. It belongs to Charlie Kirk. He's the founder of Turning Point USA, turningpointusa.net. Charlie, if they go to your website, can they see this video?
They can. It's right up there.
And beautiful.
They can make any judgment. I'm sure they're going to feel what I feel.
Right, and so this was one of the young Turning Point USA workers at the College of Dupage on Constitution Day trying to pass out United States constitutions, and he was forbidden to do so. And again, Charlie, I want to make these 2 important points. It sounded like you all have tried to do what you need to do to set up a formal group at the College of Dupage, but to no avail yet because of all the bureaucratic crap. And that's just comical that you went through student life and on page whatever of the pocket constitution, they asked for suggested donations, and that's why you couldn't do it. Silly, stupid, crazy, but you're going to make the important broader point because you're all over the place on every college campus. This is not unique.
No, not at all. We're on 1,000 high school and college campuses across the country. And you would be amazed. And I tell groups that I speak at, and I tell donors, supporters, and activists, you'd be amazed at how controversial constitutional liberty and freedom has become in the point where our students are being threatened with arrest almost on a weekly basis, whether it be Ohio State University, where one of our activists was just doing some clipboarding and recruiting for a registered student organization group. We have another video where a cop came up and said, I'm sorry, I'm being told by the administration.
I'm going to interrupt you, young man, because I want everybody to understand what you just said. You are on 1,000 high school and college campuses. You have Turning Point USA workers and or volunteers being arrested every week for trying to sign up folks and spread the gospel of freedom and limited government.
That's right. Threatened with arrest. Thankfully, we have not yet gotten to the point of being in handcuffs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, if we would have continued that and not backed down, absolutely, we would have ended up with, by this point, 15 or 20 different arrests. And think about what we're doing. I mean, we're not talking about, I think, anything that it should be contrary to a dialogue that should be allowed on a college campus. And this is just a continued theme of how we're sheltering our young people away from our foundational principles and literally documents and ideas. And this is just a microcosm of what's wrong with this country. And so the enforcement mechanism behind this is incredibly, incredibly alarming.
Charlie, 2 final quickies. What are you going to, you and all your folks at Turning Point USA, you're up against these obstacles. What are you going to keep doing, though?
Yeah, so one example, down at Hagerstown Community College in Maryland, Mariah DeMartino, one of your favorites, Joe. Joe spoke at our Young Women's Leadership Summit, and she was terrific. She was told she can't start a conservative group on campus, even though there are liberal groups on campus, and we went through every single procedural step possible. We're going to file a lawsuit against the school for equal discrimination lawsuit because they're allowing liberal groups, they're allowing pro-choice groups, they allow Planned Parenthood groups. There's not one conservative organization. We're not even considering ourselves conservative. We just call ourselves, freedom fighters for the Constitution. And so we're going to file a lawsuit there. Every school is a different.
You're going to keep fighting. You're going to keep fighting.
Yeah, and what we're not going to do is we're not just going to talk about it and say this is a problem. We're actually going to take action and put these people on defense.
And last quick question, Charlie Kirk, what can be done at the College of DuPage?
We have a great dialogue going with the Board of Trustees. They want to, fix this. We just think that a new policy should be instituted. Number one, get new student groups easily accredited.
Absolutely.
And the ability to recruit and talk on campus, and also have some sort of allowance for constitutional ideas to be spread without without being met with hostility.
Everybody listening, contact the College of DuPage if you'd like and let them know that you believe that there's nothing wrong with passing out constitutions, pocket constitutions on campus. And everybody else listening to me, go to this website, turningpointusa.net, turningpointusa.net. Charlie Kirk and all of his Turning Point USA freedom fighters are on college campuses all over this country fighting this fight for freedom and limited government. They deserve your support every single day. Hey, God bless you, Charlie. Thanks for what you do, my friend.
You bet. Thanks, Joe, for having me.
You got it.